Good morning. Hope you're having a good day. I was thinking the other day, and it suddenly occurred to me I wasn't doing anything. I need to stop thinking. I need to stop letting my thoughts and fears and everything get in the way of doing things. And I think that's what happens to a lot of us. Forgive the cold. Um, we think, we overthink. One of my students last night in class was telling me he was concerned that he was pulling his story together, his screenplay idea together, and he just had so many ideas and he didn't know what to do with them and he felt like he was massively overthinking the project. And so my advice to him was to stop thinking, stop worrying, stop trying to figure things out in your head. Great, you've got so many ideas. Put them down on paper. Get them out of your head. And move on and wait and see once you've collected all these ideas what you have. The comparison I make with screenwriting is you're trying to create a puzzle. You're trying to pull together a puzzle where you don't know what the final picture looks like, so you don't know what you're aiming for, and also you have to cut out all the pieces yourself to then reassemble them. So you're up against it, right? But thinking doesn't always help. Planning doesn't always help. A lot of us use planning and thinking and cogitate, whatever you want to describe it as procrastination. When I'm ready, I will get started on this. I'm not ready yet. I need more information. I do this all the time in my science writing career as well, where if I've got a big assignment and for whatever reason I'm finding it a little intimidating, um, I'll plan. I'll go do research. I'll go figure out what papers I want to study and analyze. Um, I'll go find out a little bit more information than I had a second ago because that'll make me feel better. That'll make me feel more prepared. And the reality is, it doesn't. It's nice to have that information. It's nice to have the background. But I will catch myself not doing the thing that I ultimately need to do because I don't feel ready. I don't feel prepared. And so I just do more research and time goes by and I get closer and closer to my deadlines. If you're doing a homework assignment like my students are, you get closer and closer to the next class or the date that the homework needs to be sent to me. When I'm marking their homework, I'm always aware of how long a student's assignment is sitting in my email inbox because I want to get back to them. I want to give them the feedback that hopefully will empower them to go to the next step with whatever they're working on. But as I tell them every time, they don't need to wait for me. Keep going, keep pushing. It's there. Most of us have the tools already to start at least what we need to do. You can do more research, you can do more planning, but honestly, most of us don't know what we need until we've started the project. I don't know what research I need until I've started pulling together the first rudiments of the project. The idea that if I just know a little bit more, if I just do a little bit more research, if I just do a little bit more preparation, if I just clear my desk, if I empty my email inbox, if I address all of my social media posts first, that I'll be ready, that I'll get it right. And that's the key. The preparation is all about wanting to get it right. And that's wonderful. You ultimately do want to get it right. You ultimately do want to create an effective story. You ultimately do want to do whatever it is you do. You want to do it well. That's admirable. That's lovely. But again, going back to a previous video, it's okay to do it badly, to do just enough to get you going, right? It's amazing how many projects I work on where I just don't feel like I'm ready enough to get started until finally it was like, okay, I got to start. And then 2 hours later, for something small, I'm done. I've got my first draft. 20 minutes later, I've edited that first draft and it's good enough to send to my editors so they can look at it and weigh in and give their feedback. I know it's not going to be perfect. I've never sent anything to an editor that didn't come back with comments or tweaks to language and that type of thing. And that's fine. That's their job. They understand their side of the project better than I can. And I respect that. I used to have their job. Um, but that's the thing. Then I kick myself for like, why did I put this off for so long? I could have had this done a while ago. And it just becomes this cycle. You just want it to be perfect, and it's not going to be perfect. As much as you aspire to perfection, it's never going to be perfect. So when you feel this urge to do a little bit more research, to do a little bit more preparation, to get things just thus and so, ask yourself if you're really setting yourself up to do the thing, or are you just procrastinating? Are you letting your fear of not doing a perfect job get in the way? Odds are you are. Odds are if you haven't started on the project, you're afraid to. You're overwhelmed by it. Whatever the intimidation factor is. It's okay. If you've got a lot in your head, if you've got a lot of ideas, put them down. Put them somewhere so you know they're safe. So you know you can access them later. Definitely don't keep them up in here, because here is just they become noise. They ricochet off of each other. And you'll never crystallize them in your head. And then get started. Just start. Write that first word, write that first sentence, write that first paragraph if it's a writing project. Draw that first line if you're illustrating or creating visual art. Play that first note if you're trying to come up with something musical. Crack open the hood of the vehicle if you're doing something mechanical. Whatever it is you're trying to do, or in this case, not do because you're afraid to, just start. Figure it out. You've got it in you. The reason you want to do this, the reason you want to do it well, is because you have a passion to do it. Ride the passion and figure it out as you go along. You're not going to screw it up, generally. And even if you did, so what? Like, move on to the next thing or redo it. Because that's the thing. If it's not perfect, it's easy to redo. You can just go back and back and back. So preparation is a wonderful thing. Thinking is a wonderful thing. I'm a strong advocate of thinking, but thinking with a purpose, thinking in a direction, and only thinking that doesn't get in the way of doing. Because ultimately, if you're not doing it, the thinking is just there to induce anxiety. The thinking is there to reinforce that you have little or no faith in yourself. And I have faith in you. Use that, if nothing else, for a little while. Other people have faith in you. Do it. It's fun. You want to. Don't let the fear get in the way. I don't plan these videos, as you probably are well aware, based on how I ramble. But I do them. It's cool. Don't worry about it. If I screwed up this video really badly, I can do it again. Just do it. Sorry, Nike. We want to see it. We want to see your joy. We want to experience the passion that's inside you. Don't let thinking get in the way of that. Don't let overthinking get in the way of that. I hope you have a thoughtless weekend and that we see amazing things from you in the coming hours, weeks, years, decades. Leave a comment. Let me know what your trick is to keep from overthinking things or over planning things. Or if you're struggling with it, just chat. Take care.